To trade August week 4 2020. This is the last month of August options. There is one more trading day for August though when we get into the week after this one, September week 1. August 31st is on that Monday. So we're kind of in here into our final month of trading. Our final week of trading for the month. Everything that trades through Thursday of this week will settle in the month of August, but anything on Friday and Monday will settle in September. So if we see a little change in behavior between, what's going on in the week to Thursday and then what starts happening on Friday and Monday, that could have something to do with it. It's always worth keeping an eye on and thinking about before you commit to a direction or a trade. Here's our 5-minute chart. Here is our initial balance period, this bright blue box. We had a little bit of a soft open on Friday, but we took care of getting our settlement, with about 15 minutes in. Our settlement price for OPX turned out to be 33.8627. This is important because our previous all-time high was 33.8615, and you know how much we've struggled over the past two and a half weeks to try and get over this level and stay over it. It was kind of like a look above and fail constantly. Well, we came in and we settled August options above it. So that kind of was your first bullish look on the day. And then we sort of, got into our initial balance mode. We made a little bit of a high above it. But we kind of sat here until we got to about 1:30. 1:30 is when everybody starts to get back from lunch. And I gave you a list of times during the day to keep an eye on in Friday's note. And I'll try and keep posting that so that you have it around. But around 1:30, people start straggling back from lunch, and we often get a shakeout in price. Well, this was a shake up because obviously people were trying to short this. And we kind of built a flat here above the old all-time closing high, which we had still not taken out yet. We'd taken it out intraday, but we had not closed above it yet. This one that we made earlier in the week at 33.8978. And then we built a flat above this level and then took off right at the start of the 2 o'clock hour. And that led us up into our new all-time high at 33.9996. So we were shut out of 3,400 once again. And we still did not resolve that ES level where they've got their all-time high at 33.9750. We still have not printed that in the light of day together with ES. So anyway, and then we rolled off of that, but we still managed to make a good, strong new all-time closing high of full. Several points above our old one. So here's our new one, 33.9716, and this is our new weekly all-time closing high as well. We had been fading that weekly 33.8016 close every week. We would get above it and pull back, and so that was our other, sort of hurdle that we needed to get over this week. That if we couldn't at least close above this 33.89, we needed to at least close above 33.80. Well, we got both. So now we've got a new weekly all-time closing high and a new daily all-time closing high. So if we make a new all-time high on Monday and fail to close above 33.97, we go back into that same process of trying to get over this hurdle. And then again at the end of the week, this coming week, if we have a nice rally going but then sell off at the end of the week, maybe for that change in behavior on monthly OPX, and we don't close above 33.9716, that is a bearish signal. Okay, so that's what's going on there. When we look at the behavior of what happened last week, here's a clear daily chart of the S&P. You can see here was Wednesday when we got the Fed minutes and we sold off and we took a look above the 10-day simple moving average. And then on Thursday, we gapped open down below the 10-day. And that to me was a sell signal, but there were buyers waiting right there, right in the first 5 minutes, and it got us back above that 10-day and got us back to a strong close. And then, of course, Friday, we came in and followed through. But once again, if we do get a sell program going, we look first and foremost for our 10-day to break, and then we'll be looking for our 20-day to hold after that. Right now, the 20-day's risen all the way up to 33.30, and if that breaks, then we finally get the long-awaited move down to the 50-day. However, you got to think, what's going on this week? We got the Republican National Convention. Really, are we going to sell during that? I thought that the Republicans were the whole reason why we had a stock market rally in the first place, quote unquote. So why are we going to sell off during their convention? You got me. I don't think so, but what do I know? But there is that change in behavior possible at the very end of the week, so we will see. But keep your eyes on your 10-day and your 20-day simple moving average. If we break this, we go to the 20-day. Like I said, if we break the 20-day, we have that move down to the 50-day. When we look at the weekly chart, here you go. Here was our previous weekly all-time closing high, and you can see that last week, the week before the one we just traded, we looked above it, but we failed to close above it. And then this week we actually came in and opened on it and moved up and closed well above it. So that's your weekly chart. Now, if we come back next Friday, the final Friday to trade August, and any trades that are done on Friday will settle in September. Maybe that's going to be our change in behavior. Maybe we don't close above this 33.9716 and fail to make that new weekly all-time closing high. We'll see. Here's what's helping fuel us along. Apple. Apple is going for a high of $500 before it makes its split. The record day was on Friday for both Apple and Tesla, meaning you have to own the shares by Friday and stay in them in order to receive the split. Whatever, anybody who's holding it is going to get split, if you ask me, on the next day, after it splits. I don't know how that all really works. I've owned Apple during a split before, but I always just did what they told me and held the stock because I didn't want to have anything happen. So anyway, it almost reached its 500 level. It could rise higher. It could sell a little bit, but I do think that by Friday, when it closes, it will close above 500, so that when it opens on Monday and it splits, it will be at least $125 a share, which was the whole idea for it in the first place. Same thing's going on with Tesla. Tesla also had its record date on Friday. It reached 2095. I was calling for 2100 for this split, because once you divide that by 5, that's the particular split that Tesla is going to be doing. That would leave the share price at 420, and that's that funding secured level. And also when you go back and look at it, that 400, those low 400s was really a supportive point in the stock. I'm going to do a thread on this just the way that I did on Apple to show you what I'm talking about. But if we do push higher on this week above and go well above 2100, it's probably going to be shooting for this $2,500 measured move target. This is a measured move that has worked time and time again with Tesla. Just taking some important levels right before it reports and then doubling that. So here, this one was to get to 25.17 to 25.18, and that would be a double from the halfway back at the time for the year, at the time of it reporting earnings, to this all-time high that it made previous to earnings. And if you take that and double that up, that would get you to 25.17 to 25.18. And post-split, that would leave the stock at $503. So if they want to put the stock at $500 post-split and hold it there, we got another $500 to go on Tesla here before it stops running. And then finally, let's take a look at our roadmap. Here you can see all the action with all the details. On that break of the 10-day, we would come back down here and test the low that we've made in this week we just traded, and that is the new gap support to this gap that closes up here back at 33.33, and you can see that the 20-day simple moving average is opening up right to there. So if they wanted to do some kind of like a scare the heck out of you, sell-off plunge on Monday, Monday would be the time, because you could fill this gap and still hold the 20-day. Once we get into Tuesday, Wednesday or so, this 20-day simple moving average is going to be moving up into this gap. It's going to rise over the August halfway back. Say if we don't make a new all-time high and just sort of trade sideways by Tuesday, this 20-day is going to be rising up through this halfway back point. That would mean in order to break the 20-day, we'd have to break the halfway back point for the month. I don't know. I just don't see that happening ahead of this convention unless the market is finally ready to say that Trump is bad for the markets and they're going to sell it off, or maybe if the convention is just a total embarrassment or something and they just sell off due to that. I don't know. I'm just trying to look for whatever the catalyst is, that could get us going to the downside, but I just don't see it there for next week. I see us probably going up over 3,400 and through our levels that I've given you on the list that would take us above 3,400, probably between 3,410 to 3,445 is just going to be anybody's move. It's just going to revolve around whatever the volume is in the options. Anything to keep it from getting above 3,450, but staying above that 3,400. That's probably what's going to be going on, in my opinion. Okay, have a great rest of your weekend. I hope this video helped you out and didn't confuse you in any way. If it did, just please send me a direct message and I'll answer your questions. As always, good luck and good trading.